Hello and welcome back to the NA qualifiers of the StarLadder Minor. My name is Nomad and joining me is Elevators. We get in to Zoomies versus Fighting Pandas in the best of 5 series to find out who's going to be making it through to the Minor to join Business Associates as the two NA teams. And so far, it's looking like it might be Fighting Pandas, a very demanding opening to the game, a very thirsty opening to the game, saying we want this and we will not let you take it. We are not going to let you play on your terms. We're going to play on our terms, and Fighting Pandas lay down the law in game number 1. Game number 2 now looking to do the same thing with a Snapfire as their opening. And the response to that is an excess of Void Spirit. We've seen a lot of Void Spirit today. Do you still rate it, Alchemy? Alchemy? Elevated Alchemy?
I'm not totally sure how I feel about this hero. I think that in the hands of somebody who really truly understands it, it looks super good still, just because of how much mobility, how much early kill potential, rotation potential you have. But when people are going for this kind of like mediocre aggression, is I guess what I'll call it, because like in that game, for example, Ched maybe didn't have like the most amazing laning stage, but it certainly wasn't bad. But then it didn't really feel like he was in the game after the laning stage. Like there was no damage coming out from the Void Spirit. There was no kill threat on the backline supports. He wasn't blowing anybody up.
10 seconds
and I really think that is where the hero thrives, is getting these quick pickoffs on supports. Like even before a team fight starts, you zip in, you slash them once, you hit them with your remnant, and then basically they're dead because you go for damage items. And then you have so much mobility that you don't have to go for this defensive item early.
Yeah, I mean, one of the builds I haven't seen enough on the Void Spirit, which I've wanted to see more of, is definitely the Boots of Travel Chrysalis build. Just two kind of value items which give you so much. You know, you're available to be on the map. You get mana regen from the fountain when you use those Boots of Travel, and you get loads of damage from that Chrysalis as well. I don't know, maybe that's a new way to kind of approach here. I know some players have been doing that. Obviously, Thompson's been going for the Chrysalis pretty much every time.
5 seconds.
I don't know, but I just feel like the Yules is such a it's a really expensive item. It's deceptively expensive sometimes, and it's a big setup for an item which doesn't really give you that much, I feel. But then again, all the players have been having success with it, so
you know, it's one of those items that you pick up on the hero because it makes you essentially immortal, right? Like you would get a Yules on the puck a lot of the time,
right?
Because how do you die if you have a Yule Scepter? But it doesn't really enable anything else. You know, okay, you can Yules into your remnant, but that's like a 3-second setup that doesn't actually do very much damage and lets the other team collapse on you. So I definitely prefer like the instant burst damage style of play on this hero.
Yeah.
Pretty early TA pick.
Yeah.
So lots of options for Zoomies to counter this.
How does one counter a TA, though? It does seem to be a difficult hero to really shut out of a game.
Well, you could flex the Void Spirit somewhere else and pick up a Viper. You could pick up a Venomancer somewhere in your team. That's a hero that's really fallen out of favor, and I'm not entirely sure why. I feel like it wasn't nerfed that hard. And I've seen KP playing it a bit, and it still looks pretty good in some games.
Yeah, we had a little bit in CIS. It seems to it's you know, one of those heroes which doesn't really do much in terms of team fighting. You know, he just lays down loads of DPS and then kind of chills. Well, so you definitely need to fill in the void with the other stuff. You need to make sure you've got very active supports and cores. But I mean, you know, they've got the ingredients side with the TA, Snapfire, and Dark Willow so far.
True. Zoomies opts for the Winter Wyvern as piece of the puzzle counter the TA, which is a pretty good option. You have the physical damage immunity from Cold Embrace to stop burst damage from her. You can always snipe somebody by Winter's cursing them next to the Templar Assassin before she has BKB. But they're definitely going to need more. They need something that can break refraction reliably, and probably somebody that either builds a lot of armor or has a lot of armor naturally.
Grimstroke.
Now we see the Grim. Oh, Grim Wyvern for the sick double curse. Just kidding, it's crap.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm not seeing. I mean, the Grimstroke with the Inkswell and the Void Spirit, pretty good. Definitely a pretty nasty initiation. But this is another very squishy hero. And now you've got, is it going to be a Wyvern core maybe?
Yeah,
Can't imagine
possibly.
that you run the Nyx Assassin core. I feel like that hero is
No.
almost exclusively a 4 right now.
Generally, you only really want Wyvern core if you've got like a Beastmaster and a hard-hitting mid or something like that. I feel it can be a bit underwhelming if it's not going to get a ton of use out of that ulti. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. Another thing I think I might be wrong about, I always don't like seeing Grimstroke if you don't have any use for his ulti, which seems to be the case right now. Like, I understand the leash mechanic's good, but I just like seeing Grimstroke with double ults. I'm just a simple man which likes simple spells, and there is nothing.
I agree.
Right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a tool, you might as well use it. Otherwise, you're just getting like 60% of a hero in this case, I feel like.
There's so many heroes in the game, like surely someone has to do what they want from this Grim pick. You know, we can't see in the mind of Sammy Boy, but clearly they want something from this Grimstroke, which we can't see.
Yeah, I would like a Sven. I think Sven is one of the only kind of work with the hero. Super good in lane with Grimstroke, gives you double Stormbolt, which is extremely good. Gives you the armor versus TA for your whole team, and gives you a hard carry, which is something that you desperately need right now. You have, once again, very little damage. And from last game, if that's any indication, you kind of need damage to win games sometimes.
Yeah, you do. You do. Although, to be fair, in Alliance's game versus Nigma in the very 5th game there, I was thinking they didn't have any damage in their draft at all, but they ended up doing so. The Bat Rider, Core, Sven, and I can't remember who they had in mid. But in the end, it didn't matter. Alrighty. Final pickups. Let's get some predictions on the line. Let's see if we can earn them pogs. Zoomies.
All right. Well,
they've got the weird draft so far.
They certainly do. I really think that Sven is the pick for them, so I would expect PandaS to ban out, man, maybe even like a Naga. Like, it's not great necessarily in their lineup, but it's a Sammy Boy hero. And he likes to play. He also might pick up something like a Terrorblade, actually, just because that's one of his most played heroes.
Yeah, they got a little bit of magic damage to the Bedlam, but not really enough to really threaten him, so I can definitely see that being an option.
5 seconds
I know, I think I'd want someone which can kite the lifestealer quite well.
Dire team pick.
Maybe...
Radiant team pick.
Final Panda's wasting no time. They're going straight in with the Centaur for themselves.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah. I mean,
Gap
they just
close
seem
for
to...
the TA and Lifestealer.
Exactly. Gap close is what they love. They just pick envy these heroes which right-click hard, like hitting the same target, and then just grab themselves a Centaur or a Darkseer or just something to close the gap. And now they got Snapfire as well with the cookie. Like, it feels like they're just about enabling envy in any way they can.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, definitely. And at the same time, the Centaur is quite good against the Terrorblade in lane. Okay.
You may now select your hero.
A little bit different, but I mean, where is your damage?
Oh. Ched is playing the mid Grimstroke. Sammy Boy on the Void Spirit. Okay, what? I'm so confused. I don't know what they're doing anymore. And
then Lukey is playing Nyx back to the off lane to play the Timbersaw.
What the? All right. These guys, these are Rubik's Cube team, man. They just swap it up. They don't care who's going where. Just give it a few twists. Catch them around.
You know, I'm sure that Twitch chat's gonna be like, yeah, right. But I was looking at the Grimstroke and I'm like, okay, which one's better, the Wyvern or the Grimstroke mid hero? And you know, the Grimstroke mid was the thing when it first came in to the game because obviously it was overpowered, and you go for like the Dagon build. The Inkswell is reasonably good against the Refraction, I guess, but
does it take off the stacks if you're on top of her?
With the tendrils, I think it's enough damage.
Yeah, it might be one of those ones where it has to get to like level 3 or something first. I'm not too sure, but maybe alone it is enough. I know Refraction's pretty easy to take down.
Either way, that sounds like a pretty miserable laning matchup, if I'm being perfectly honest. Grimstroke, not known for having amazing attack animation or right-click damage for that matter. I think this hero is one of the lowest in the game. Yeah, so I would expect
pretty much relying on dominating the TA as a hero versus hero matchup, just getting on top of her, getting some kills, controlling up the runes, and finding opportunities for Ched, rather than
Yeah,
yeah.
I will say that the Zoomies lineup is very mobile. They've got, the Wyvern. They've got all sorts of different mobility. They have the Timber Chain. They've got Arctic Burn, and they have Astral Step plus Void Spirits Simulate. So they have options to escape and kite, but you also have the Centaur hero plus the Dark Willow, who provides a lot of control.
Well, it's an interesting one. They've thrown us a bit of a curveball here, Zoomies, but let's find out how it goes for them. Game number 2 in this best of 5 series. Starting up, can they catch Fighting Pandas off guard? Has this draft thrown such huge caution to the wind that they can get themselves a sneaky one here? Let's find out.
Envy is stuck in a building right now. He was tweeting about this yesterday, whether people are experiencing a bug where you get stuck in buildings.
Wait, what?
He's literally stuck in the building. Oh yeah, this barracks is like.
What's going on with him?
He's stuck in the buildings.
What's he do? I mean, I can't see what's wrong with him, but
there's some weird, like, extra large collision on these buildings, so it's not like necessarily keeping him completely stuck there. I think the barracks was, but it's making it really hard for him to actually just walk through the buildings like he normally can, and that could be kind of insane to deal with later on in the game. Like if you're trying to defend high ground and you try to run back through your building,
yeah,
the buildings.
No, I'm telling you, dude, this is the MV special, right? He tweeted earlier, then he comes into this game, he accidentally buys the wrong item. He bought like a gauntlet straight, like, oh crap, I need to reset. So he's like, oh, I've got a bug, you guys. I've got a problem.
There we go.
Looks like it is sorted out though, so it's not an MV strat. It's a real thing, and it's fixed. Good to see it.
Just bring awareness to the bug by playing it in official.
Smart, smart.
Yeah, I did want to do this comparison. Bryle will have 67 damage versus Ched's 58 to start the lane, not including refraction, so.
Ugh. Yeah, that doesn't sound very peachy for Ched, unfortunately, but he's got the Stroke of Fate. How's he starting? Oh, not with any mango, so doesn't look like he's going to be trying to spam much.
Just do it the old-fashioned way. Outskill, outplay.
Classic. PandaS making sure they get this bouncer in right now. Looky, trying to go for this one and does actually be able to grab it, so not bad, buddy, not bad. Unfortunately, he's going to trade his life for it, maybe, though they try to come in, look for the turn, but Looky is already dead.
Probably not worth.
No, I don't think so. I didn't want to say it, but first blood to a lifestealer is not where you want to be in this lane.
No, definitely not. Sword should have an okay time, although it looks like Fighting Pandas don't want to give him a good time, so they're going to try lane, pressure the Timber Saw before he hits that critical mass of level 3. Huge meta mass that it is.
Yep, and they're immediately on top of him here. Looky already looking for the creep wave, and even coming over, seeing if they can find themselves a kill. Can't seem to.
Yeah, this is how you have to play against this hero, because once he hits level 3, he gets the reactive armor level 2, it's nearly impossible to kill him or pressure him out of the lane. He will just get stronger and stronger against your heroes.
Yeah, Luke's just going to grab the creep wave. They'll mess around in the jungle for a bit. I want to have a look over towards his mid laners. With 5-1 on the TA so far, 3-1 so far on Ched. He's got one more creep alive, though. But unable to get it. Yeah, I kind of feel like Braille's just going to kind of lay the slack down in this lane. I don't know how much Ched can do. He's taking the side blade damage, so much of it. He's forced to salve up.
Yeah, this matchup slaps.
It do. It sure do. You're speaking the language now. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, the aggression continues and the courier goes down. Bramble May is causing issues unfortunate side of the Zoomies is they actually brought up their Wyvern to this one to try and bring a bit of tri-lane to the tri-lane. And this is going to leave Sammy Boy alone with Snaking down in the bottom lane, which, to be fair, sounds pretty good for Sammy Boy. Oh, cute Remnant. That's going to bring Snaking under the tower. He's actually taking a decent amount of damage here. And unfortunately, he's only got the Resonant Pulse, so no chase potential on Sammy Boy. Just winning the lane with some nice little players like that. Should be having pretty uncontested time down here.
Yeah, I actually think this is pretty good because you just want to make sure that your Timbersaw is enabled at 10th pick after all. You cannot have this hero be shut down. And the Void Spirit wants to get 6 as quickly as possible because this game for Zoomies is going to be all about these snowballing early game rotations.
Ouch. Well, late Chad trying to get on top of Brawl here. Now that does break down their faction nice and quickly, and Brawl's pretty low. He's going to have another Stroke of Fate in 4 seconds. Brawl under the tower, though. He has a salve, so it should be pretty safe. Can cancel it? He's not trying to. The range is a little bit too far. Brawl will be able to get out of the way in time, I guess.
Yeah, he did go level 2 in that Ink Swell, and it is quite a bit of damage when it explodes.
Talking of exploding, up in the top lane, Sword does get done in by Envy, Moon, and Owie as they have a rotation down to bottom. Flapjack comes down, and the moment they leave, they start the aggression out onto the Timber Store and find themselves a cheeky one.
Yeah, as expected, Lukey will get another creep pull, but loses half of it. Really nice play by Owie, aggroing the neutral camp.
Bottom lane, we might have some trouble. Snakein being chased down by Sammy Boy and Flapjack here. They need a little bit more. Do they have a little bit more? Flapjack's only level 1, so no chance of anything to slow them down. Sammy Boy's still chasing. He's got the Wraith and Remnant in 3 seconds with Moon here, and he's going to be the bodyguard to chase back the Void Spirit. He immediately goes up top. He sees the TP down and realizes there's a chance to contest this top lane, maybe.
Yeah, Timbersaw wanted no part of that tri-lane. He will lane fine against the Centaur and shake things up a little bit. That's one of the biggest things in Dota. If you're having a bad time, chances are there is some way to play around it by mixing things up, changing up your lanes, make your rotation, and Zoomies doing just that.
Shake the olive tree. Well, Flapjack would really like his level 2 at some point this game, I imagine. Oh, great. See you later. Snaking just popping those 13 retaliate charges just to make sure that Curry goes down in 1 hit. Nicely done as well. I think that's the right play.
Yeah, Boots, a Salve, and a Mango coming out for Sword. So that one hurts quite a bit.
Meanwhile, back in towards the mid lane, it's currently 24-3 to Bryle. Meanwhile, poor old Grim is down at 15-4. Unable to find his kill just yet.
Yeah, and when will he be able to find that kill?
Don't know, because Tia's going to rock out with Boots soon. Meanwhile, up at top, so we're looking towards Owie here, but don't really see much chance. And oh, look at the damage. Envy, he's got his Javelin. No Boots, just going straight in for the Javelin. Seen this quite a lot recently, and it looks good. Every lane going the way of fighting pandas right now is Lukey. Got to fight for the bounty rune. It's successful. Can he grab them both? Spike Carapace should be able to make sure he does. Yeah, take that, Owie.
Will survive, have to walk back to base most likely.
How are they allowing Snaking to get away with this? Just taking creep waves on 300 HP. Flapjack doesn't actually have an Arctic Burn. All he's got is a Splinter Blast, and Snaking's just going to say see you later. Is he... Oh, okay. Only usable on enemy units, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this level 2 Wyvern, somewhat of a...
Ain't doing much.
Musical lane, Sword back to the top, realizing that putting Sammy Boy up there was actually ruining both of their games. And unfortunately, they've now given the lead back to Snaking here in the bottom lane. And so Zoomies are finding themselves grasping at straws for an advantage. I don't think they're going to find one until the team fights start to break out.
I don't know, man. This laning phase feels like a bit of a disaster, if you ask me. Chad's done all right for himself at mid. I mean, he's come back a little bit with his bottom as well, but no kill on TA does just make me favor TA. If you have, at 10 minutes, 2 heroes with equal farm, would you rather that hero be a Grimstroke, or would you rather it be a TA? They're looking for something near now. They've got the haste rune onto Chet, so he can come forward to try and close down the kill. But
Nice
the end is
bramble.
already in, but they've got the stun. But they actually back themselves away. They're too scared. The rotation's in from fighting pandas. Owie, Moon, and nice cookie here. Might actually slow them down long enough, but the haste rune's still active, so no more lockdown available from the side of fighting pandas. Chet gets himself to safety. Let's go put an end to this kerfuffle of mid.
And you were, staking very low in the bottom lane. Might go down here, Sammy Boy.
Yeah, that's dead. Tick damage comes through. And Snaking's put an end to it. He did pop the Stampede for that one, so, you know, small victories. They'll take him where they can get him. But Envy's already finished off the Maelstrom. This man gone farm.
And he gonna get out of the top lane because he doesn't want to lane against Timbersaw anymore. Gonna go to the bottom lane. Classic fighting pandas rotation. Looking to pressure this bottom tier 1 tower.
Yeah, Moon looks like he's actually going to go down here. He's taking a ton of damage. The stun does come through. Meanwhile, on the backline, Envy looking for Papjack, but can't really find him. They're going to try and slow him down. Popping the rage now as well. And with the cookie, well, there's the wrong direction, unfortunately. Or kind of looked like Envy wanted that, though. He saw the cookie and was like, no, I don't want to overly commit to this one. Once my rage ends, I am dead beat.
Yep. And I wanted to also point out that you were very correct about the Grimstroke not having any ultimate partners. Chet has opted to completely skip Soulbind, opting for more points in Inkswell and Stroke of Fate. Who needs it? I guess,
Dire's middle
yeah.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, now going for Phantom Embrace. It literally is just not going to level it up.
Well, mid-lane Phantom Wraith does come out to the, oh my goodness, they do have enough damage to bring it down. A lot of magic damage comes through, but now Sammy Boy in some trouble. They play it around him, and the stun comes through. Brawl gets himself 2 easy kills on mid.
We'll take that trade all day. Envy cutting waves now, pretending he is a centaur.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
this man's doing what he wants.
Radiant's top tower.
I mean, you look at the
is under
Zoomies
attack.
team, and you think, man, it's going to really suck when fighting pandas get BKBs, and then you realize they have a Lifestealer who is a BKB anyway.
He is a BKB, that is very correct. Especially if you buy an Aghanim. Give your BKB to somebody else, and you actually are.
He had to rage to catch up with the creep wave there, and then Sword comes over, so he has to get inside the creeps to get himself away. It's a very envy thing.
It really is.
Willow on the run, Sammy Boy trying to chase him down up to the high ground. No Astral Step available to Sammy Boy. Doesn't look like he'll find this one, and with Brawl coming over, I think Sammy Boy needs to be a little bit careful here. Just another Raven just to keep himself safe.
Now the big question, Sammy Boy, will he go for the Chrysalis?
It looks like our Willow's dead in mid. Sammy Boy's going to come and give him the old clickaroo. Yeah, I really hope he does. I really hope he does. I'm so sick of not seeing Chrysalises on this hero. And what's
As a safe lane.
Is under attack.
Yeah, especially as a safe lane. Surely you have to.
It should be law. Meanwhile, Owie, he's actually able to take this outpost. Sword still chasing. Timber chain forward. Owie going into the trees. Sword should be able to find. Should be able. Oh dear.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Didn't quite click it right that time. Didn't quite predict the rotation, and that's a
Sammy Boy.
Oh no! Oh dear! Oh dear! Fighting pandas, they are just smacking him down time and time again. Looking easy. 3k gold advantage so far at the 10-minute mark. Not where you want to be if you're a Zoomie right now. Envy's just doing whatever he wants, wherever he wants. He knows that Rage's the best spell in the game currently.
Radiant's courier
Oh
has
my
been
god,
killed.
just
Mine's
gets
a courier,
gifted
cool.
a courier.
That's got a
With
tome
the
in it as
tome.
well, so nice ulti, Nyx Assassin. Nice level 3, dude.
Oh no, Lukey.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Is anybody looking good on the side of Zoomies? Oh, here we go. Winter's Curse. This is a kill, right? This is a kill. Snake King. Yep. Alright, they got it. I mean, they're almost drawing on the kills front, but unfortunately their heroes do literally one thing, and that is kill
Dire's
people.
top tower.
There's
Farming
the
is not in their
Chrysalis.
repertoire.
Radiant's
Yay!
bottom tower is under attack.
You're my Sammy Boy Blue.
Might be a Sammy Boy one day at this rate. Sammy man.
Envy just man fighting Timbersaw. between the tier 3
Okay,
and the
another
tier
courier
2.
as well. For God's sake, just stop ramming your couriers into envies.
The tier 1 is still up in this lane.
Radiant's
What am I
bottom
watching
tower
right
is
now?
under attack.
This is just envy, not giving the
Dire's top tower is
smallest
under
of shits
attack.
about any of the heroes on the side of Zoomies. Is he lolling them?
It gives them the all chat LOL.
Chat LOL, my goodness, this is ridiculous. Fighting PandaS just laying the smackdown right now. Finally, Chat levels up the ultimate, casts it onto Snaking and doesn't connect to anybody. Meanwhile, the Fear sending them back as well.
Radiant's bottom
Envy doing his best
tower is under
Timbersaw
attack.
impression right now, I guess.
Jesus Christ, mid lane Snaking and Sammy Boy both dropping away. We're taking a couple of hits here. Chakram might finish his job. Nope, doesn't go for the Still trying to get in the right position to do so, but Moon will get finished off by a stroke of fate. Alright, they get a Timber, they get a Willow, but now Envy joins the fight, and immediate Winter's Curse comes down to the life
Envy.
stealer. Maybe they might find it. The Silence comes out, so he can't get off the Rage, and that is a kill. God, return the lull.
Radiant's bottom tower
The artillery strikes are coming, and Ched is dead. But Luki is managing to cancel this one out, tucking down Aoi. But with Brawl coming over, he's a pretty scary boy. Luckily, Cookie will miss. Sword jumps up. RJ Snapfire here. Snapfire's going to say, see you later. Boy jumping through Aoi, trying to play around with him a bit here, but does pay the necessary respects. Dodges that stun nicely as well. Could have gone for that. I mean, I reckon he would have got the kill. He went for the astral step forward, but then you're in deep without much chance. Oh, nice.
Nice cookie.
Yeah. Lovely cookie, in fact. Drop
Chocolate
inside
chip.
one, nice. Oh no, they're inside him. I think it was an oatmeal and raisin, actually.
Gross.
Don't get that.
What a travesty of a cookie that is.
Your life, sir.
You expect it to be a chocolate chip, and then it's raisins, and you're
If you
like,
see an oatmeal cookie and expect it to be chocolate chip, then that's a you problem.
I should probably get my eyes checked, you're right.
Oh, Ched, he's the one having problems right now, but actually Sword comes ripping on through, getting a ton of damage up onto both of them. They might just grab themselves 2 kills here, they certainly will. Envy and Snaking dropping like flies. Meanwhile, Moon Meander, Tower says he's jungling as they drop Moon as well. Alright, Zoomies is doing what they do best, killing people.
Yeah, we just had about 20 heroes plus
Dire's middle
respawns
tower
make
is
their
under
way to the
attack.
mid lane and brawl it out for the last 5 minutes.
Hell yeah. The thing is,
Always entertaining.
yeah, the thing is, like, fighting PandaS, I feel like they don't need to do this. They kind of just are doing this because they feel so comfortable with the win. Like, if they were playing super duper tryhard mode, I feel like they'd still be farming on their life stealer, looking for at least the Basher, and looking for their Blink Dagger on the TA as well. But instead, they just seem to be ran themselves at them. Like, I don't know if this is how seriously they're taking this
Dire's
game, you
top
know?
tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
I mean, even if they were to feed another like 20
Dire's
kills
top tower
to
has
Zoomies,
fallen.
I just really don't see a win condition for this
That's the
Radiant
thing, right?
draft.
That's the bottom lane. Sammy Boy snaking might be the next target. With Brawl and Moon sitting on the high ground. Do they see him? Yeah, they have done. They've got a ward down here, so they know exactly the trap that's waiting for them.
I want more all chat.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I was enjoying that as well.
15-minute items starting to drop. Vampire Fangs, couple clumsy nets hitting the deck. See who picks those up. One for the Grim. Hey, he finally has synergy for his ult.
Oh yeah. The double clumsy.
What if it also netted one of your teammates?
Powerful little things. Meanwhile, the go is on in the middle lane right now as they get the leash onto 2 of them. Actually holding back the TA, not a bad one, stopping out the blink. Meanwhile, Lifestealer being held still by the Winter's Curse in the backlines as Aoi does get finished off, but now Sammy Boy, they're jumping onto him, and nicely done by Snaking as he absorbs the Remnant and allows Brawl to come in and finish off the kill there.
Miles away.
Catching Sammy Boy out. And there's your carry dead. I mean, he's not really a carry, but he's supposed to be, and he's dead.
Hey, RTZ played it a couple times during the major qualifiers, so it must be a thing, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna down that one.
Passive shovel on Bryle, very disappointing right now.
good. He's busy killing Lukey, not busy digging for his own bounty routes right now. Flapjack's gonna get taken down as well. The artillery coming on over on top, chasing back the Timbersaw. No, the side shot will be
They killed
not
Envy.
wanted. Oh, cool. Nice. Pick up on the back lines. Not bad. And Sideway able to get the Astral Step onto the high ground as well.
Radiant's top tower
Actually
is
happy
under
to
attack.
poor old Envy there.
I believe you got Silence and
Yeah,
double
silenced
team.
and Void Spirit. Well, Fear comes in, sending back the Void Spirit once again. Doesn't really have any spells to throw their way anyway, but they are keeping Fighting Pandas outside of Roshan, so
Radiant's top
something
tower
going their
is
way.
under attack.
So I got to cast the Canadian, no, it's the NA qualifiers, but it's in Canada for the WESG, and Fighting Pandas were there. They played against BSJ's stack.
Nice
And this
pick
is
off as
feeling-
well onto Bryle here. I mean, he's pinging out the rune spot, the ward spot, but he's already dead. Oh, they're not trying to do Roche though, are they? Can they? Really?
Do it. Do it.
Might be a long one.
They don't have a Vlad.
Well, at
They
least it
don't
gives you
have a-
time to finish your story.
Radiant's top tower
Anyway,
is
I was
under
just gonna say this feels awfully similar to how they were playing. They crushed game one and then just kind of memed 2 more games and took the spot. But they are about to lose Roche.
I mean, this could be a little bit of a turn in the tempo here. If Zoomies can keep it up afterwards. Unfortunately, Pack is coming down, but he will finish the job. Just waiting on forward to make sure he grabs that one, TP themselves away, and that's gonna be that. TA dead, Roshan gaining. Only a 2k gold advantage now. If you don't look at their heroes, it seems like it might be a pretty even game.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Sure, let me
is
just
under
cover the left side of my screen. Wow, Fighting Pandas are really not dumpstering Zoomies very hard. They have a shot.
Chad stalking in the night. He's got the Invis rune. That's
I
gonna be
will
so
say-
sick. Soulbind
Radiant
into
are
double Yules.
scanning.
How do you play against that, man? I don't know.
If Sammy Boy does get really, really farmed and gets like a rapier, there's definitely something to be worried
Why
about.
is he TPing? Go for the TP now. It's too late, son.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
How many kills did you say? 20?
I did say 20.
You might be headed there. A couple of big pickups on the calls and an Aegis on the side of Zoomies.
Dire's bottom tower.
I need
is
you. I mean,
under
you're the
attack.
analyst. You need to tell us when we need to stop kind of joking around about this game and start taking Zoomies a bit more seriously.
Well,
Radiant's top tower is
I would
under
say
attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not yet.
not yet. Definitely not.
That'll do. That'll do.
Doing some calculations, but hey, Aui's about to die.
They all
Yeah,
yeah,
this-
these pickups, you know.
I think once this Desolator comes out for Sammy Boy, it does get a little scary because you can see him. He's just instantly assassinating
Radiant's
these
top
heroes.
tower is under attack.
And that's going to continue to be the case for the rest of the game. He's going to be able to start every
Dire's
fight
middle
4v5
tower is
pretty
under
much.
attack.
Snake in doing a little bit of
Radiant's
courier
turret
assassination
has
work.
been killed.
See you later. Kill it, taunt it, run themselves away. Moon Meander does go down, however. Hopefully he finds that pick off.
Bryle going for BKB. Envy also going for BKB. So suddenly taking it a little bit more seriously. Snaking also going for BKB. Yeah,
I mean,
well,
this item's
drastically,
gonna win the game, right?
yeah, drastically reduce the damage for sure.
Is under attack.
But the kite is pretty real. They do have the Wyvern ult. They have the Grimstroke ult. Uh-oh, Sammy Boy.
Hold on to Sammy and they've... Oh no, they found the cookie as well, so that means they're going to be able to take the Aegis off him. Now, coming back to life with the brute straight on his head, and they're just immediately throwing him down. They've got the Pharaoh onto him as well, but thankfully they've got the Cold Embrace, but that's just keeping him still for the artillery to come through. The Sun's chaining perfectly. Fighting Pandas are going to be able to bring down Sammy Boy in the middle lane. Meanwhile, Brow's going to find the +1 onto Flapjack. Will be able to get the TP away, but still, I mean, two quick mistakes in mid, and all of a sudden,
Radiant's middle tower is under
Bryle
attack.
smacking down that tier 1
Radiant
tower.
structures are fortified.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a schizophrenic performance from the Fighting
Radiant's middle
Pandas right
tower
now,
is
but
under attack. Radiant's middle
apparently
tower
they've decided
has
to take the
fallen.
game more seriously.
Yeah, they're switching on a bit here. Timbersaur's coming in next target. He's got that Lotus Sword, but the stun's going to interrupt the Timber Chain away, and this should be a kill going their way, despite the Nick Assassin's best efforts. But he's able to get off that. No, he's not. Spike Carrots buy them a little bit of time, but unfortunately can't run away from the Blink Dagger Brile. He will find you. He will desolate you.
Definitely kicked the tempo of this game up quite a bit all of a sudden, and just reminding Zoomies that maybe there isn't as much hope as they were starting to feel.
Yeah, Envy was like, guys, come on, tighten it up. I'm not having this in my team. I'm just gonna put that up pizza in the oven if you're not careful.
You think it was Envy who said this to focus? I doubt it. I'm sure it was like Brile or somebody, one of the younger players who really wants to go to another LAN.
He did literally type lol in all chat earlier this game, so yeah, probably
Radiant's
not Envy
top
saying that.
tower is under attack.
Here we go. Smoke play comes out. Infest into the Centaur War, and they feel like they're stronger as 5, and they're just going to run up the high ground trying to find out Zoomers. Flapjack. It's not in a bad position. He gets up onto the hill. Can they find the damage up onto him? Doesn't look like they can, and now the Winter's Curse going to come still just to help control up the lifestealer. Meanwhile, Flapjack should go down this hill, though. It's taking some time, but Willow should be able to finish the job. Meanwhile, in comes the damage onto Envy right now. They're going to be able to get themselves one kill. Now, well, here comes the Sword Mind as well. Sword's been able to do a decent amount just sitting on the front lines of this fight. The next target is going to be Centaur Warren. Meanwhile, Flapjack was finished off up on his little hill there. Meanwhile, in he comes from the sidelines. Sammy Boy's trying to get his damage off, but in comes Brile with the right clicks coming in. They'll be able to find the kill on Sammy Boy. No more destroys from him. Puts an end to his life. Meanwhile, Brile stepping forward for more. They don't have Envy, but they don't feel like they need him. Net will connect onto Mr. Sword. The trap's going to reveal his location as well. Snake is trying to chase him down. He's got a Blink Dagger when he wants to use it. But are they just ignoring him? Yeah, they are. They feel like it's too much effort to keep on chasing this guy.
That was a really nice play by Flapjack, actually, on the Wyvern. Made so much space for that fight to actually not just straight up lose it off the initiation. And Envy dies yet again. 2 and 5 on this lifestealer. Not the best performance I've seen out of the carry from Flying Pandas.
No, but now with this BKB complete, it's going to be much harder to bring him down, I feel. Silences aren't going to do anything anymore. That's the biggest thing. You know, they've been trying to use this Phantom to casual rage, and so there's a fight going on nearby, and he wants to get there quicker. Lukey gets finished off with Flapjack as well, going to be the next one. Meanwhile, Timber, chain away. 2 more kills for the Fighting Pandas. This is the sloppiness I don't like seeing from Zoomies. It's the sloppiness where... Oh, sorry, go on.
It just seems like they take good team fights when they're all kind of there and ready for the fight, and then they just split up a little bit, and it's just like 5 pickoffs in a row. And that's really kind of been the difference in this game. Just chain feeding when they aren't prepared for the aggression from Fighting Pandas.
Yeah, it very much seems just feed in to the opposite of what they want from this draft. You know, when you're playing high tempo, when you're playing draft which very much wants to be on the other side of the map, wants to be putting pressure on, you can't afford to feed away your supports. You know, these guys have a lot to be doing and they can't be dead. Supports are the suppliers of pressures in a lot of ways.
Yeah, definitely. Brile, he doesn't care. He's walking up high ground. BKBs are all ready.
Luckily, the invis from Flapjack's going to save him for now. He has got a little present inside of him. In fact, Brile's heavily pregnant, and he is expecting a beautiful baby. Lifestealer is going to pop out and immediately murder Lukey. Now Sword as well. Winter's Curse is going to come out, but it's actually the dual Winter's Curse, which makes it absolutely awful, because it means that Brile and Envy are not attacking each other. So, yeah. Yeah, this is... but just to be clear, everybody, when I said Soulbind and Winter's Curse was a combo, I was joking. This is why.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, Flapjack was there a second ago.
Flapjack receives a snap back from Brile. Has a sound in his backpack.
That's whack.
Nailed it. We'll be Rap God soon one day. Elevated, we'll get there.
Start the new group. I have to come up with some cool acronym.
They're just trying to force him back into the base right now. Luki, though, comes forwards with the meteor hammer onto TA. She doesn't have the BKB just yet, but unfortunately, Envy comes slithering in from the side here, and Luki doesn't really have much chance of getting out of this one. He's going to get beaten down. Meanwhile, they've got the Remnant out onto the Lifestealer, along with the Phantom's Embrace as well, but it doesn't matter. They get rid of it really quickly.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yep.
is
Fighting
under attack.
Pandas, they still don't seem to have any ending the game. Roshan is up. They have one for tier 2 to claim. Bryle almost done with the full Bloodthorn, and Envy is working on his completed Mjolnir as well.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, they just keep the money coming in, keep that net worth in their favor. Bryle's an absolute machine, a monster, so much money, and now the sides come down to the Void Spirit. This is the reveal, this is the pain, but the Cold Embrace going to keep him alive a little bit longer. Meanwhile, in comes a Winter's Curse out onto the lifesteal, but Bryle continues to just smack away at Sammy Boy and gets the kill. But meanwhile, the two-man Meteor Hammer, alright, that's pretty cute. Envy takes another fall, yet again. And now they look towards the mid lane. There's a Centaur here. Hello, Snake King. You're looking like one delicious treat which Sammy Boy wants to eat up. Meanwhile, goes for the TB. That's not going to happen though. Luki going to cancel this one out, and it's another kill going the way of Zoomies. Sloppy from the Fighting Pandas.
Good execution of a couple combos there from the Zoomies. The Soulbind into the Meteor Hammer is pretty nasty.
Yeah, that was a nice one. Double Impale with the Meteor Hammer on top of it as well. Soulbind setting up nicely. The second Roche attempt here.
I was going to say, if the team without the TA gets both of the first 2 rushes, there is something desperately wrong with this game.
Doesn't look like that's going to happen though. They needed to start it like maybe a minute ago, and then they might be halfway done by now, because their Roche lineup is still looking terrible.
Although they do have a medallion on the Void Spirit. Still working on that Desolator as he has been for 10 minutes.
Is Moon going to get popped? Nah. Tyboy lets him live. Shows mercy. Although Envy might be a sexier target. No, they're going to find a different one. They go on the Willow. See ya, Moon. Astral Step should finish the job. There we go. Pop it off. Meanwhile, Luki, he's playing around with the TA right now. There's a lot of pings coming down onto him. He's going for the TP out. Is there a Basher on Envy? There is not, so see you later, boys.
Yeah, Envy's farm is not looking too hot right now.
He's been overtaken by the Grimstroke. Holy shit, Ched is second in net worth. Let's go.
No GPM talent anymore either.
No, this guy's done all manual style. He's rolled up his sleeves, you know, the hairy forearms are out. Oh, the sign still picks off the poor old Nyx assassin.
I love how Envy. He's probably like taking a snack right now. Bryle, you carry this one.
Yeah, this one's on you, buddy. 16-1 is the TA right now, by the way. Nope. 17-1 is the TA right now, by the way.
BKB still available. Bloodthorn in 5 seconds. Grove Bow. Oh, that's nice with the Bloodthorn. Extra magic damage.
Yeah, pretty pleasant. That's only a tier 2 item though, right? How many, what are their options for tier 3? Oh, they've only picked one up so far. Been busy bees, I guess. Not much time for jungling when you've got heroes to kill.
Oh, no, on the side of Fighting Pandas, they have all 4. Zoomies
Oh,
don't.
it's just doing that thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, you gotta click on the actual team.
Yeah. Do it when you're a player. So, Greater Fairy... Yeah, I guess... Yeah, screw it. Throw Bond TA, that's fine. Roshan will eventually go the way of the Fighting Pandas after all.
Leaving the Aegis. Because why not?
Oh yeah. Alright, Snaking will take it. Envy's still reluctant to get out of the TA, even for an Aegis. They can't lure him out with anything, can they?
He's literally just watching anime right now.
He is, isn't he?
He is not tabbed into the game.
No, dude, it's Valentine's Day. He's got to romance his body pillow a bit.
Okay.
Nah, I'm doing my boy dirty. I hear in the grapevine that he's got a partner, and I'm sure they're plenty happy. I'm sure she's watching and cheering him on. What a lovely Valentine's Day treat.
If he doesn't use the consume ability, however, to get out of Bryle if Bryle makes a jump. We will have proof, though, that he is actually tabbed out of the game.
He's falling down the net worth, yeah, you know, this... If you want to do that, should we get like a Radiance or something just to make sure you're still having some kind of income, right? I don't know.
Radiant's top tower
Envy has queued up the Aghanim Scepter, by the way. So
Oh, hell yeah.
He's committed to this style of play.
He's getting an extra person inside Bryle here. All in, boys. There's room for more. Does it still give you assimilate the Aghanims, or is it entirely just infest equals rage?
I am gonna have to look this one up. I forget they changed it. Infest cooldown increases cast rate and plays rage buff to the infested unit.
So no?
No, just
No
the
more
BKB.
assimilate. No, I could buy it assimilate. And here they come, fighting PandaS, knocking on the front doors. The next target is gonna be Flapjack, who gets squashed. And Envy's still not coming out. Just let him Bryle go to work. See you later, guys. Envy, he's got his anime to catch up on. I hear there was a sick new Boku no Hamarino out today, so... Oh, hey! It's over! The anime is over. Time to fight. Rage and BKB use, they take down Luki as well. Meanwhile, Snake King, he's bored of the game. He's just attacking the tier 4s. But, oh, they've probably got the damage to bring it down here, especially with the Vendetta going to take down Return. He's right-clicking down here. Snake King going to try and pop the Stampede to get himself away. Oh, Falstaff Cookie. Over he goes and get out of the out. Meanwhile, Bryle takes down Luki, looking for more, but in comes Chad. He's got the damage to bring down the TA, and she doesn't have the Aegis, actually. Snake King's got the Aegis. I forgot about that. Bryle bumps some taste in. Immediate buyback from him as well.
Well, probably just about over here. Snake King taking the tier 4s with the Centaur passive. Throne is exposed as Bryle is rejoining his team. Envy, very sad that he cannot be AFK. Oh,
hello! Get back in here. Here we go. Getting onto the Timbersaw. Oh yeah, nice. Oh, he's actually getting out to attack Bryle. Lee gets out inside the wind skirt to make sure he can attack Bryle. Bryle, she's dropping loads of the BKB. She might be in trouble. They're closing the gap. Bryle doesn't have buyback if he dies here. No, don't let it happen. They have the damage there. They have the Timbersaw. They bring him down. Bryle survives. It's still in the bag for the fighting PandaS. And the Ancient will be falling.
By the way.
Envy nearly kills his teammate. This guy's... Oh, Grimstroke. Oh, right, that's what that was. I see. And the GGs do get thrown. Much like the game. So fighting PandaS take game number 2.
Yep. A+ for creativity from the draft, I suppose.
Yeah, unfortunately, creativity does not mean wins, but, I mean, yeah, they tried to do the same thing they did versus Lol in game number 2, where they just picked a super fast-paced, kind of carryless draft, and see what they can do with it. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out, but fighting PandaS, and fighting PandaS having a lot of fun with this one as well, just kind of ramming their heads at them. Oh my goodness, look at this TA's farm. Look at that player net worth graph, that's hilarious. Don't touch the plebs.
Yeah, that was a one hero show for the most part. Of course, got to give a little bit of shout out to the supports who did have to, deal with the memes that game and keep the game somewhat on track. But
yeah,
well played for the
as well.
fans.
Making sure they actually did put an end to it in the end. But Jesus Christ, that was such a clown fest. That was mad.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. Game number 3 going to be coming up soon. Probably going to be the last game, I would guess. Don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't think Zoomies stand much of a chance. We'll see what they can do. Maybe, just maybe they can pull something out the bag and pull a surprise win over Fighting PandaS and bring it to a game 4, but it's looking pretty on track for Fighting PandaS to go to the minor, but we will find out after this short break. My name is Nomad, joining me is Elevated, and we'll be back with game number 3 very shortly. Don't go anywhere.